Marina traffic, Aero 1939 Hotel on a 3-mile 45 for 29 full stop, Marina.
We had not heard of this airport until we visited Monterey last year. When we drove through on a weekend, it felt like a ghost town. But during the week, this place comes alive with possibly the future of travel. In fact, this unassuming airport is home to one of the companies leading the race to make electric air taxis a reality. But it also has some amazing historical significance. Located on California's central coast, the biggest factor to consider when flying here is the marine layer. Throughout the day, it rolls in and back out, almost as if the ocean is breathing, and today would be no different. Even on our approach, it was obvious the clouds were already beginning to gather along the shoreline as we made our way into Marina Municipal Airport. The marine layer is so common, in fact, that our friend who invited us here asked if I was instrument rated, which I am. And as it would turn out, I would end up needing that rating for our departure. On the way in though, I was ready to ask for a pop-up IFR clearance if the weather deteriorated. But we also had heard that on the approach in a runway 29, it's often clear while the departure can be socked in with fog. So just like our trip to Half Moon Bay last week, we knew to expect rapidly changing conditions.
Martin traffic, Cessna 1507 X-ray, south of Lake Anderson, going to be entering on the left 45 for 14, San Martin.
Marina traffic, Aero 1939 Hotel entering right downwind 29, Marina.
Long before this was Marina Municipal Airport, the land was part of Fort Ord, one of the Army's most important training bases on the West Coast. And its story began during World War I when the U.S. Army purchased land along Monterey Bay in 1917 as an artillery training ground. Originally known as Giggling Reservations, the installation was renamed Camp Ord in 1933 in honor of Union Army Major General Edward O.C. Ord.
Marina traffic, Aero 39 Hotel turning right base 29, Marina.
In 1940, the Army built an airfield at Fort Ord with a 1,500-foot paved runway to support the growing base. And for nearly 2 decades, aircraft operated from this original airfield before military aviation needs outgrew the facility.
Marina traffic, Aero 39 Hotel turning final 29, Marina.
In 1958, the Army opened the much larger and more capable airfield just northeast of the original location, naming it, and excuse my pronunciation, Fritzsche Army Airfield. Once the new airfield became operational, the original Fort Ord Army Airfield was renamed South Parade Ground Army Airfield and was eventually closed in 1964. The former runway area was converted into a parade ground while its hangar served as the base motor pool for many years. Oh, and as I mentioned before, those dark clouds out in the distance, that's that marine layer.
San Martin traffic, Cessna 1507 X-ray, a beam, Coyote Lake, going to be entering the left 45 for 14, San Martin.
Something we learned very quickly was just how many airports share the same frequency as Marina. We just heard one pilot from San Martin, and there was another one earlier from Modesto, so it was very, very important to pay attention to the radios. Now back to some history. Fort Ord actually remained one of the Army's top training installations throughout the Cold War. Soldiers heading to Korea, Vietnam, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, and the Philippines all passed through here. And at its peak, the base was home to nearly 50,000 troops. And if you drive through the nearby college, you can still see remnants of the old barracks.
Marina traffic, Aero 189 Hotel, clear up 29 Alpha 2 for Transient. Marina. Anything light off?
Anti-collision off.
Anti-collision off.
Phantom under VFR 1200.
1200.
And trim to neutral.
Trim is neutral.
After more than 7 decades of military service, Fort Ord was selected for closure under the Base Realignment and Closure Program and officially shut down in 1994. Just like many other airports that we visited, like Victorville's George Air Force Base, San Bernardino's Norton Air Force Base, and Irvine's El Toro Marine Corps Air Station, to name a few. But rather than disappearing, the former base found a new purpose. Much of the property became the Fort Ord National Monument, California State University Monterey Bay, and miles of hiking and biking trails. You guys know how much Irene likes her biking. While the former military airfield was transformed into the Marina Municipal Airport we see today. We have made it to what can look like a sleepy airport from the outside,
Oh yeah,
Marina. And today's actually pretty special.
we're doing a tour of Joby.
A friend of ours reached out and said, hey, would you guys like a tour? Can't film, but you can find out a little bit more about the company.
And the answer is always yes.
There is history here, but first there is a pilot's lounge. Well, it's titled Pilot's Lounge. We're gonna go find out if that's what it is and just show you guys what this airport's all about.
Yeah,
All right, ready?
yes, let's go.
All right, let's go walk around. Oh, this is nice.
This is really nice.
Oh, Waterloo. Yes, they ask for a donation, but they literally spell out where pilots fill up with beverages on the house. Marina, thank you very much. Whoever takes care of all this. This is awesome. Like most airports we visit, we started with the Pilot's Lounge, and it didn't take long to realize there was a lot of pride in this airport. The more we explored, the more we realized Marina hadn't forgotten where it came from. Pieces of the history still remain, including Marina's original control tower quietly watching over the airport. And that's what made one thing so hard to ignore. It wasn't until later that day that this all finally made sense. Inside those hangars, we finally found the answer. Marina had quietly become home to Joby Aviation. We were fortunate enough to tour the facility, but understandably, cameras weren't permitted inside. Joby graciously shared a few clips with us so we could show you what we experienced. Joby is developing an all-electric aircraft designed to take off and land vertically like a helicopter while flying with the speed and efficiency of a conventional airplane. Seeing the engineering, manufacturing, and testing up close gave us a whole new appreciation for what was happening behind those hangars. For a while, it seemed like Marina's biggest contribution to aviation was in its past. Today, it's helping shape its future. We came to Marina expecting to learn about one company. We left with a whole new appreciation for the airport itself. you come here, honestly, the airport looks like there's not much going on. And that is far from the truth.
It's very deceiving.
Yes, we got a complete tour of Joby. Again, Marina looks like there's not going on. There's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna get out of here, but we gotta contend with those clouds right there. So we might have to get out of here IFR.
Well, and we heard that it has a name. It's so notorious.
The White Dragon.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, all this at Joby was not possible without Colin. Colin, thank you so much for showing us everything. You are awesome. It's not a day I expected. It was so much more than we thought. Again, thanks, Colin. Really appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, we are out of here, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. See you guys. Marina is a quiet airport, and much of the old Army base remnants are no longer here, but even getting a glimpse at Tower, you can catch just a bit of that important history. Yes, you can visit anytime, and yes, you'll most likely see people working together towards the future of transportation. And as skeptical as we were initially, we're definitely intrigued now to see what each company has to bring to the table, especially when a ride is at the cost of a premium rideshare price. To all of our members, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your incredible support and for giving us the opportunity to meet so many of you. Hearing your stories in person has been one of the most rewarding parts of this journey. Every story is unique, fascinating, and inspiring, and your encouragement continues to motivate us to keep exploring. And even if you're not a member, we want to thank every single one of you for watching our videos and making it this far. One of the best parts of this series has been reading your comments and hearing your own memories from the airports we visited. Those stories remind us that these airports are far more than just runways. They're places filled with history, experiences, and personal connections. And recently, Irene and I took some time to reflect on where the channel is today. Sure, there's plenty of channels with 10 times our audience, but there's something incredibly special about this community that we built together. We truly wouldn't trade it for anything, so thank you all for being part of all our discoveries. But if you are curious about being a member, over on Patreon, we have pilots briefs. They're kind of our little cheat sheets for each airport, behind the scenes footage, on location live streams, and of course our off the record series where we get unfiltered about our airport visits. Oh, and because many of you have asked, and because we've obviously done a poor job of promoting it, we do have a merch store. You can click on the store tab on YouTube, but we'll also put a link below. So why does this airport still exist? Now that's a surprisingly interesting question. By the end, the answer isn't just because Joby is here. It's that airports evolve. Some fade away, some become destinations, and some find an entirely new purpose. And Marina is a fascinating example of that evolution. As I alluded to earlier, today we're going to head into the clouds, but we're going to go inside the cockpit during that time. But don't worry, once we get outside the clouds again, I'm back to that famous tail cam.
NorCal Departure, Airport 19039 Hotel on the ground at Marina, looking for pick up our IFR release, squawking 4210.
November 1939 Hotel, release for departure, avoid if not off in 5 minutes. Time now 2326, about by 2331, return to the frequency, advise of attention.
Release for departure, avoid if not off in 5 minutes, and if not off, we'll return on this frequency, 39 Hotel, thank you.
That's 74736.
Marina traffic, Airport 1939 Hotel, taking runway 29 Alpha 1 for a right downwind departure. Marina.
Departing into the clouds is not for the faint of heart. Spatial disorientation can happen within 3 seconds. Ask me how I know. And as my original instructor and friend Justin taught me, flying the plane comes first. Radios can wait. As they say, aviate, navigate, communicate. And you'll be hearing ATC tell me as soon as we switched over that I had to check in. But it was a deliberate decision to wait, since I decided to fly the plane first. We almost thought we'd have to do an IFR approach on our next airport, on the most insanely memorable aviation experience I've ever had, as we visit Hollister Municipal Airport. So we'll see you next week. Until then, go fly, go discover.
November 1939 Hotel, NorCal.
39er Hotel.
1939 Hotel, you got to check in, sir. Ident, verify altitude.
1,500, and we're about to check in. We were just in hard IMC, 39er Hotel.
39 Hotel, radar contact 2 miles northwest of Marina. Turn left heading 270, vectors for Shui.
Left heading 270, 39er Hotel.
November 5347 Hotel, NorCal approach, Linus altimeter 2993. November 2 Zulu Mike, you got stepped on, say again.
Yeah, we'd like to do the localizer approach for runway 31 for Salinas.
Number 20 Mike Roger, you're cleared to the Salinas Airport via present position, direct RD, climb and maintain 6,000.
Okay, clear to the Salinas Airport through RD and climb and maintain 6,000, 2 Zulu Mike.
Number 2 Zulu Mike, how does approach terminate?
Emmett.
Full stop, 2 Zulu Mike.
November 5347 Hotel, NorCal approach, Salinas altimeter 2993. Traffic 11 o'clock, 4 miles southeastbound, altitude indicates 5,300, unverified. 47 Hotel, advise when you have the weather for Watsonville.
NorCal approach over 1939 Hotel, would like to cancel IFR.
For a 39 Hotel, cancellation of IFR received, resume on navigation to Concord, stay altitude climbing to
4,500, 39er Hotel.
November 4 Bravo Lima cleared, localized runway 2 approach Watsonville, maintain VFR.
Clear localizer 2 to Watsonville, maintain VFR for Bravo Lima.
November 2 Zulu Mike, fly heading 120, clear to RD 1 able.
Heading 120, collect direct to RD when able, 2 Zulu Mike.
November 14 Tango, 3 miles from RD, maintain 6,000 till Savage, cleared ILS 31 approach and maintain VFR.
Maintaining VFR 6,000 until established, clear for the ILS 31 Salinas, 1 for takeoff.
November 4 Bravo Lima, change to advisory frequencies approved. Report back on 127.15 on the missed approach.
Report back on 127.15 on the missed approach for Lima.
Or 39 Hotel, just advise if we need altitude higher than 4,500.
We'll advise it's higher than 4,500, 39er Hotel.
Number 2 Zulu Mike, how does approach terminate?
Thank you, baby.
2 Zulu Mike, full stop.
Number 2 Zulu Mike, thank you. I advise Salinas Atis Lima, 1 able, sir.
Advise when able, we'll get the weather, 2 Zulu Mike.
Two 86 Charlie NorCal Departure radar contact, verify altitude and intentions.
86 Charlie's out of 1,900 for 4,500 direct San Carlos.
November 86 Charlie, resume on navigation, verify Delta San Carlos when able.
We'll advise the Delta when we get San Carlos, 86 Charlie.
November 14 Tango traffic, 11 to 12 o'clock, 2 miles maneuvering, altitude indicates 7,500, unverified.
Okay, looking 14 Tango. We do have one down below us on the right.
November 86 Charlie traffic, 1 moving to 12 o'clock, 3 miles southwest on 2,400, Cessna expedite climb through 3,000 for traffic, please.
Expedite climb to 3,000, 86 Charlie, avoid traffic.
November 20268, traffic 10 o'clock, 2 miles northwest on 2,500, climbing another Cessna.
Looking for traffic, 2 Zulu Mike.
And 14 Tango had the traffic at our 10 inside, had the one below inside.
14 Tango, thank you. November 86 Charlie, appreciate the climb, thank you. Additional traffic 1 o'clock, 2 miles southeastbound, altitude indicates 1,400, unverified.
Cancel traffic 86 Charlie.
November 20268, traffic no factor, contact Monterey Tower, 118.4, have a good afternoon.
And approach, just want to confirm you want us to go over to Salinas Tower, 2 Zulu Mike.
Or 2 Zulu Mike negative, you're cleared to Artie.
Okay, clear to Artie, 2 Zulu Mike.
November 2 Mike, expected localizer 31, circle to runway 26. Oh, and number 26, number 2 Mike, I apologize. Just expect the localizer 31.
Onto the localizer 31, 2 Zulu Mike.
November 1939 Hotel, traffic 12 o'clock, 5 miles, maneuvering, altitude indicates 3,600, unverified.
Looking for traffic, 39 Hotel.
I'll go Buzz, Taxi 24 Bravo Lima, 2,400, climbing 5,000 on the miss.
We're going to Departure, Stock 74737, 1,200, climbing 4,500.
November 74737, NorCal Departure to contact, resume navigation, read Hillview, advise Echo.
On navigation from Reed Hillview, we'll advise for Echo Reed Hillview 74737.
Over 34 Bravo Lima, NorCal Departure, ident, verify altitude. Before Bravo Lima, radar contact 2 miles southeast of Watsonville out at 2,800, say intention.
We're requesting the RNAV 32 starting at SNT for Bravo Lima.
Before Bravo Lima, how does the approach terminate?
I will terminate with the miss at Tower Machine for Bravo Lima.
Before Bravo Lima, and are you going back to Reed after that or somewhere else?
We'll proceed back to Reed after that for Bravo Lima.
Before Bravo Lima, when able to clear Huxham, verify weather for San Martin.